I haven't done any show with a score in this style. The idea of putting EDM into a musical theatre show, I mean, that could just fall flat on its face.
It's stressful to go back to the drawing board anytime anything can change and the needs of the show win.
I think what I'm nervous about is it going to work?
And then I just want to do a version where we do the 3 parts individually.
We are recording some short cuts of songs for PR for La Jolla. We're in the 3rd week of rehearsal. We're really in it. And we're seeing that tech is sort of around the corner. So it's a very exciting place to be.
Where does it go when a heartbeat stops?
Oh, that's so good. I just want to get a stops.
We started writing about 3 years ago when we secured the rights to the book. The Heart by Mylis de Carangal had all of the ingredients to tell this story.
And most of it takes place in a hospital, which is absolutely one of the noisiest places on earth.
I just started thinking about how a hospital has all of those beeps and buzzes and just how a heart beats. Those organic sounds could create a score.
The hospital song, the first time I heard it, I was so kind of shocked. The sound of it is so fast-paced, and it really does feel like you're in the center of an emergency room. It feels like you're in the pace and drama of that.
10 a.m. Shift change.
There's beeps, and there's the sound of the vasopressors, the clicks of heels going down, the announcements.
Huddle up.
There's just so much information that is communicated through sound.
It's the high from the commotion.
I haven't done any show with a score in this style. The idea of putting EDM into a musical theatre show, I mean, that could just fall flat on its face. But the execution is just spot on. It works really well.
Well done, well done. Let's just move there, get Sandberg.
We're doing something very, very new in the way that we are developing the music and also presenting the music, and that we are creating it all as if we're making a record, using the technology that is being used today in pop music globally, which is not always used in theater and requires a lot more planning and pre-production work.
Because a lot of the music is sequenced and programmed, there's a lot more emphasis on programming, orchestrating, arranging from an electronic point of view.
We always start, obviously, with what is the moment, and then go into our little studios and make our version of it. We will then demo a vocal. Pop music and modern music production is so built around a vocal that if we create something that's just instrumental, there won't be room. You want the vocal to really inspire what's happening. And then we hand it to this magical couple, Juan and Elen.
My favorite way to describe what we do for a living is we make bleeps and bloops.
Beep, 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 beep.
It's not just EDM because it's EDM.
I feel like more than trying to make it a style of music, we just try to capture a moment in the urgency of a hospital.
They'll take our stuff, they'll use some of it, they'll replace some of it, they'll do some of their own stuff, they'll send it back to us.
The 4 of us had very similar instincts and ideas, so it was a very natural working relationship, I felt.
There's definitely an alchemy between the 4 of us. They kind of intuit what we are thinking.
Or they better it.
Or absolutely. Or they have amazing ideas that make it better.
I would like to listen again. It's so beautiful.
We were all on the same page. It felt very
It never was pulling teeth. Some people you're like, oh my God, you're asking me to ruin your song.
Right.
So many times you're
Don't
like, please, why? With them, it's like any note that they send, you're like, thank God, that's how I fix it. And that's just
Great
the expertise of Ian and Anne's taste.
Great. Let's try being a little beltier on live.
Ian Eisendrath and his wife, Anne, are really specific about how they hear it. And I've worked with Ian a lot, and it's really grueling, but it's really pays off.
Get out alive, nobody, and then gets out. Really scoop. Gets out.
The specificity that he has is super important. and ends up being your biggest friend.
Let that just tilt a little poppier. This is going to be 30 for 32. Good work, everyone. I get to write this show with my wife, which is amazing. We have been together for 24 years, and this is the first time we're making something together. I'm just so thrilled to see. This is very much her vision for like the sound of the music.
Anne comes from this electro pop background, and she brings these absolutely wild ideas to the table sometimes.
Don't call me, don't complicate it.
There's a character who is a DJ. In the book, she was an artist, but we just felt like it'd be really interesting if Juliet, who is Simon's girlfriend, was actually a DJ, which sort of opens up the world of EDM.
I like to do it my way.
I really was pushing the EDM. That background actually goes back to like the late 90s when I was a teenager, and I went to like dance clubs in Germany, and that whole culture and lifestyle like really grabbed me.
I can dance by myself. I won't play how you want me to play.
So about 5 years ago, I kind of rediscovered all that music again, and I thought, well, what if we used that in the show? There's rises and falls and drops. And I think in a lot of ways, Ian and I wanted that for the score. We wanted people to feel like they were on an emotional ride and they would experience all parts of life in it.
When it's here and now, it works somehow, but I'm gone in the morning.
We imagine this thing is just going to feel immersive and like you're just like bathing in a sound world.
Only thing that hurts me is Tuesday.
Gorgeous. That would be it.
Yeah, you've been busy. You don't want
Was this an interview? Oh, is this on? It's going really, really well. I love a recording studio, and I love all the crazy things we get to do to the vocals, which will make it feel like dance EDM tracks.
The fact that the EDM music is so unique in theatre means a lot of the rules that we've spent years developing as to how musical theatre shows are supposed to sound, that's kind of got to get thrown out the window. Go to effects and go to reverbs doesn't fit in with the modern style of dance music.
What do we do next?
So next, we have this amazing mixer here named Anna, who is going to do a bunch of vocal editing and mixing, and then we're going to start talking about what kind of things do we want to do. We might do delays where the vocals come back an eighth note late. We might do some weird telephone filtering, robot filtering, and just various things. I'm just so excited about what's happening in rehearsal. Like, it's so inspiring. We have this cast of like 9 stars,
Yes.
and they're an ensemble.
Each of these actors is so ridiculously talented.
It's neither night or day.
I have Zach. This is my buddy Zach. Hi.
I want to say like 2 years ago, it might even be more, Kait Kerrigan sent me a text out of the blue saying, hey, we're doing a table read of Act 1 of a new show called The Heart, and I think you're really right for one of these roles. Are you available?
It's bleeding into the sky. It takes your breath away.
It just so happened that I was on vacation. I was just not in town. I said, I'm so sorry, but please think of me the next time. When they contacted me about, hey, we still are really interested in you in playing Simon. Could you hold your summer? It was really a no-brainer.
When a wave calls you from the shore.
This music is so good, don't you think?
He's so good in this musical. He's incredible.
Check that crest, 5 feet high, perfect tide.
I was doing a different play at New York Stage and Film, and they were also there doing a workshop.
Gotta go, gotta grab, gotta chase.
We overlap, and I knew like everybody there. It was just so cool to watch this cast and this creative team come out and be like, oh my gosh, it's like the best of the best. And I was just like, okay, great. I want to go see that show.
Gotta greet the morning light.
So now to get to be a part of it is really cool.
Answering the call of the sea.
When something comes back around, you gotta throw your hat in the ring. Otherwise, it's always like a what if or what could have been.
So ride the wave and welcome the dawn.
Stunning, guys. Thank you. I know this was a huge push with a lot that we rushed through. You were champions. Thank you.
There's at least a dozen people across the sound and music team working together to put together everything that the audience is hearing. And that's just the people in the room. There's other people who've been working on the show offline and out of the room for years. The music team have done an absolutely fabulous job.
Like so many of the big EDM moments to me sometimes feel like how I heard Avicii for the first time, how I heard Zed, Portishead, DJ Alice for the first time. To me, it's something that can stand the test of time.
We've been working on this almost full time since February of 24. I think what I'm nervous about is it going to work? You know, are we going to be able to keep up with all the changes?
We're like clocking in at 11 versions of each song.
It's not like the entire song is different, but different parts, different, you know, a chorus.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like a reconception of a song. There will be like 6, 7 versions, and then at the 8th version, we'll need to like delete most of what we did from like measure 63 and then like
start over.
Do it again.
It's always nerve-wracking when you've been working so long on a piece. You never know what's going to happen in rehearsal. We have to really listen to the piece. The piece is going to show us and guide us what we need to do next.
That's what we try to do, like serve the moments that serve the song.
That being said, it can be really nerve-wracking to be like, oh, you know, this isn't working here. We're going to need to have a new song here. It's stressful to go back to the drawing board after you've already imagined something. Like, am I going to be able to rise to the occasion and write that song? There's a lot of pressure.